So my job is to find help the orthopedician in joint infection. So we start with the case, a 66-year-old patient with bilateral TCR in periphery, one side of hip oozing from wound start after 10 days, and swab sample sent for culture and sensitivity in periphery, and CRP was high, and then no growth was reported by lab. So they started oral antibiotics, oozing started reduce, CRP moderately reduced. Within 3 months, sinus tract formed and CRP elevated. A small debridement, same in periphery as done, and sample sent for culture and sensitivity and no growth observed. So patient referred to a higher center. So in our setup, we stop all the antibiotics for 10 days. Debridement has been performed and sample sent for the following microbiology investigation like Bactec culture, PET plus, MycoF, AFB culture, MOTT culture and gene expert, fungal culture and histopathology. So on day 3, bacterial culture was positive for MRSE, Staph epidermidis. On day 7, AFB culture was positive, and lab has waited 2 more days and they identify as a MOTT. Species and antibiotic sensitivity for MOTT has been performed, and Mycobacterium abscessus, it is a MOTT, has been identified. So things learned from this episode is that swab sample for culture and sensitivity is the least acceptable sample type. Staphylococcus epidermidis or other coagulous negative staph from the tissue should be considered as a contamination until and unless proved otherwise. So spectrum of investigation need to be increased from simple culture to a Bactec cultures, AFB cultures, gene experts, fungal culture and histopathology. So that is the learning. The another case, the suspected infected nail sent for culture and sensitivity. In our setup, we do sonications. So we did sonications, Bactec cultures, and also conventional culture. And we identify E. coli. Now, after reviewing his previous preoperative reports, it's reported as a Staph aureus, and now we identify E. coli. On same day, another tissue was received from the same OT, and same organism, E. coli, isolated with same antibiotic sensitivity. Asked consultant about the second case clinical history, and he said that tissue was looking healthy. And then we interviewed OT swab, OT assistant, and about the procedure, and he said that he added the saline from the common open-ended bottle and used adding in this sterile container. So the source was the contaminated saline. So the previous speakers already said that garbage in, garbage out. So sending the culture is the very precise technique should be required. So the way to find bug, the right clinical history, right suspicious, right time, right prescription of investigation, right technique of sample collection, right container, right lab process, right interpretation of lab reports, and teamwork of orthopedics, ID specialists and microbiologists, the possibility of finding the bug is increased. So first, sample collection, the optimal sample is the crucial in diagnosis of bone and joint infections. Diagnosis of orthopedic infection generally requires synovial fluid, bone, periprosthetic tissue and implant. Sample collection ideally be undertaken before offer minimum 2 weeks of antibiotic free period. If not possible, at least 10 days is required. The goal is to sample in such way that contamination is minimized. In PGI, apart from synovial fluid or pus, in syringe, multiple 3 to 5 periprosthetic samples should be obtained using separate sterile container into a separate to avoid cross-contamination. Take pre-operative and operative sample and compare the results. Very useful in case of staph epidermidis or coagulous negative staph. Swab sample is the least acceptable sample. If no other sample is available, there is a technique to take a swab sample, cleanse the wound with sterile saline and then take it from the center. We generally, all the samples of the sterile body fluid and tissue samples, we proceed only by a backtech method. So previous says that there is no change in technology. I said there is a huge change in technology in microbiology. Previously we do a solid culture, this is the liquid culture. So we do a PET plus, a MycoF and plus anaerobic bottle. Mycoafluotic bottle has some advantage because they have a lytic agent and they lysis the WBC so that phagocyte organism release, and there are high chances of identification of organism, and it also supports growth of fungus and mycobacteria. Tissue culture, if you are sending a tissue culture and if sample is going to lab within 4 hours, don't add anything. In previous case, the saline was contaminated, added in tissue, and that was we identify. So that we are identified organism from saline. KOH, so if you suspect a fungal should be suspected. And if you suspect fungus, KOH is the very good, have a high sensitivity. If you find a fungus, don't jump into antifungal. Take a second sample. If 2 consecutive samples shows fungus, start antifungal treatment. Mycobacterium, if you suspect mycobacterium, the tests are available. A gene expert who has turnaround time of less than 6 hours. You have a sensitivity of rifampicin also. You can do AFB culture and MOTT culture. A gene expert does not detect the atypical mycobacteria, so that it's required AFB culture. We are at Selby doing the MIC value of sensitivity, and it's particularly helpful for MRSA case, like for vancomycin creep, will helpful in selection of antibiotic and antimicrobial stewardship. We are also doing CARBA-R test for gram-negative bacilli if they are carbapenem resistant, to detect for which mechanism carbapenem is resistant. So we can select the alternate antibiotic. We also have a BioFire. Recently, it's very good technology. It detects more than around 30 organisms with antibiotic resistance mechanism within less than 2 hours. And all the organisms which are anaerobic, difficult to grow, we are identifying that organism. And recently we identify around, in 3 cases, the culture negative, but the BioFire positive with anaerobic organism. So it's helped a lot. Now, then there is another technology that is coming out. It has a broad application prospect in various fields like oncology, prenatal genetic and microbiology. Still, it is not approved. It is in R&D phases. It detects the organism by 16S RNA technology, and currently it's under development. The instrument is very huge cost and huge number of sample numbers are required, but it will be the choice of test in future. Thank you.